mix them all. This song.
This is the realest shit I ever wrote.
Yeah, that's
Who
Tupac.
said that?
Tupac.
What song?
I don't know.
It's the hook. Come with me. What do we have? Yeah, in the beginning he said, it's the realest shit I ever wrote.
Yeah.
Oh my God, why you don't know about
Who?
Tupac? Hail Mary. That's what it is. Hail Mary. That's what it
The
is.
realest shit
I ever wrote.
Yeah. Hail Mary.
Oh my gosh. Don't make me Shazam it.
No, my personal opinion was that it was Jay-Z. But, I mean, if y'all say it's Tupac,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
cool.
going to play it for
It's
you one more
Tupac.
time.
It's Tupac.
Realest shit
96.
I ever wrote.
Yes.
The realest shit I ever wrote.
96. That's what it is.
Guys, look, as you can see, we done started this podcast off, but look, I gotta give a shout out to my people first. Once again, shout out to 605 Infused Beverages. Much love for you guys. I appreciate you guys for sponsoring. It's summertime, going into the winter, right? But it's still hot in Texas.
Yeah.
So we still have our mixed cocktails. We still have our martinis and our margaritas. And if you want to put in your daiquiris, you can do that. 605, make sure you hit those guys up at Drink ALP6. That's where it is. Much love to my sponsorships with those guys and my partnerships with Red Coral Universe. They're taking culturally distinct from Texas all the way to Dubai, all the way to Africa, to different continents. So it's, you know what it is. See, we going international, guys. As you can see, if you guys are hip hop heads and historians of movies, I got Randy Watson on. If you know who Randy Watson is, Randy Watson, sexy shocking,
Sexual shocking.
sexy shocking, right? Much love to y'all. So look, guys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Look, thank you for subscribing to the show. I love you guys. As you can see, I got some repeat guests on the show. Well, one at least. I have one repeat.
I was on it before. Don't do
That's
me.
right, that's
I was
right.
on one. I was on a panel.
That's right. That's right. You was on the relationship panel.
I was on a relationship panel.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And yo, oh, that's right. Oh, damn. Right. So I have repeat guests coming on the show. So I have my man Ryan Mack on the show, and I have my girl Elle Moore on the show. Much love. Hey guys.
Man, I appreciate it, brother.
Hey.
Hello, beautiful people. Hello, hello, hello.
How are you guys doing? You guys are looking so good. Looks like Texas is treating you guys well. You guys are glowing. You guys look good. So tell me what's going on. What it is.
I'll let Lisa start.
How they do it in Texas. What it is
Elle
though.
her life is way more interesting than mine. Let me hear all about
With
it.
the Prada shades on.
I'm sure. Bruh.
My life is
so you're
so-
Houston single.
Ooh.
What is Houston? I'm from Houston. Hold on a
You
second.
know,
I take
Houston
offense
single's
to that.
Houston single's a different thing.
What does that
What
mean?
is Houston single?
Now, Houston single is, I may have a situation going on,
Or a
but we
situation.
not married,
Ooh.
or we not in a relationship. You feel me?
Ooh.
You know, when I was younger, guys used to ask you to be their girlfriend. I'm new at this, so you're gonna have to. We have to have a conversation that says like we're together before I announce it on Culturally Distinct Podcast. So
I got you. I like that. We're gonna go there, but I want to know, Ron, how are you doing, man? I ain't seen you in a while. Shit, that episode was during the pandemic, right? Beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah, I think so,
wow.
man. That's
Damn it, 3 years ago almost.
as crazy as that may seem. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can I do one thing?
Go ahead.
Shout out to my boy Ahmad and Kim for mental health awareness.
Yes.
This is
What's
why
up?
I'm wearing the shirt. So I just wanted to give them a shout out real quick.
That's dope.
Yes.
That's dope. I like that shirt too. Mental
I
health.
appreciate it.
we'd love
Mental,
to see it.
mental health does rule, and black men do mental health, and black
Absolutely.
people do
I
mental
went to
health.
therapy today.
That's hey. I started therapy last month, and look, this healing journey. I don't want to get too heavy
It's a
right now.
lot.
No.
Yeah, it's this healing
Get
journey.
heavy with me, man. I'm gonna tell you this.
Yes, let's get
I went through. I have what they call high functioning depression, meaning I can be the life of the party. I can kick it. I can do all those things that everybody sees me do, but then I can go home and be absolutely a wreck. And for a long time, I suffered in silence because I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I thought there was something literally wrong with me.
Okay.
And so I had to go and get help. And I didn't know I needed help. It came out in a very weird way. It came from some really great friends, and I went and got the help that I needed, and I am in the best space that I've ever been in my life.
That's dope.
Yay,
That's dope. I gotta give you. That's dope.
Thank you.
You know, this morning when I got on my knees and talked to the man above, I said, Lord, I said, give me the topics for today so the people could resonate with this, right? So it came to my mind. It was like then versus now.
Yeah.
With you guys too, because you guys are of age, right? You guys dated back then, and you're dating now. So I want to start that off. Is that fair? Can I have that conversation?
Let's go.
Yeah.
So thin and out. we're gonna do a series of questions.
Okay, I love it.
And conversation, right? Series of questions and conversations. But before that, we gotta take a sip. You know what I'm saying? It's traditional. This is not the drink champ. This is Coach to Distinct. This is what we do. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, cheers.
Cheers to you guys.
Let's go.
Much love.
Absolutely.
Hey, we sip. All right. So, then and now, let's talk about dating. Things that used to happen when you dated back in the day versus now.
And when we say back in the day, we're talking 21
college
through 29, maybe?
21. That's good age. That's of age. 21 to 30.
Okay.
That's cool.
20
I got married at 28, so that I fit in that
There you go.
that area.
Then versus now. So you said that men used to actually ask you on dates.
Well, men still ask me on dates, but
Better
the
talk shit. You better talk.
Talk about it.
let's not get that twisted.
Okay.
But the last time I had a boyfriend when I was in my 20s, the last official boyfriend before my marriage, the guy invited me over, and when I came to his house, the door was open. There was some rose petals and some candles, and I walked in, and Roger Troutman was playing.
Oh wow.
I Want to Be Your Man was
Oh,
in the whole room.
Okay.
And when I walked in, he was like, Lisa, I want you to be my girlfriend.
Mm.
That's like the cutest way, but I have not, since then, like I was married, divorced, I've been dating, and nobody, I want to know, what is the conversation, like we're exclusive, because I'm too old to be somebody's girlfriend.
Okay.
But how do people tell you, like, they just want it to be you?
I think it's a collective, right? I think nowadays the way those conversations happen has to be one-on-one. So I think you guys make a decision together. Hey, what is this? What are we doing? And a lot of times it's unfortunately always motivated by the woman. But, there are guys out there that actually want to be in a relationship, that want to be in something that's special to them, right? Mm. And so they're willing to have that conversation. The issue that I find, though, is a little bit different. For me, I find that women are not necessarily willing to date the same way we dated back in our 21 to 29-year-old.
What does that mean?
That has been probably one of the most telling things, I think, in recent days, mm-hmm. right? And we're talking about something current. However, I separated and divorced for almost 3 years now, and one of the things that I found the most telling is when I got out here, I found it hilarious how to date again in this specific genre of our life. So honestly, it's nuance, right? Yeah. Like, and so for me, it is you meet somebody and you're like, hey, can I have your number? And the first thing they say, well, I don't give my number out, but you can have my Instagram.
That doesn't make sense to me.
And I'm like, your Instagram? Well, what? Like, oh, okay, I guess I'll take your Instagram. And then what they do is so when I first got out the gate, everything was on my Instagram. Okay. I don't know anything about, like,
what you
channeling
mean? You talking about your information?
I'm talking about my ex-wife, my kids, my whole life is on Instagram.
Gotcha.
So for me, when I was meeting people, it wasn't a thing. Mm-hmm. And so when I would meet individuals and they would look at my Instagram, it would say, oh, your Instagram, oh no, I can't date you. You're still in love with your ex-wife.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how did you get that from my Instagram? Well, you haven't taken her down off your Instagram. I was like, I didn't, but I don't know that once a chapter is closed, that you need to go back and physically delete 400 pictures of your life.
Nah.
That's sad.
That's
Ron,
over with.
If I met you, and I would definitely, if it's on your social media and it's a public platform and you haven't removed it, I would definitely, we would have a conversation about it. Now, if we had the conversation and you explained to me, because I've been in a situation similar to that, I could probably relate. But how long do you keep the ex on your profile? Most people, when they break up, they do go and archive those pictures.
So I have a question.
And that's the thing.
2023.
Why?
And some people have wives and they have lovers.
Okay.
Or side chicks,
Okay.
That wouldn't be, that's not a part of the plan that I have for myself.
Gotcha.
So if I went to your page and you and I have talked about it. There are some people that are like, my wife is okay with this lifestyle. So it would be a conversation. Now, if he says, it's been recent and I just haven't removed it, that's one thing. But me personally, I don't date men who are recently divorced. I like to give them at least a year.
Okay.
Run through whatever you need to run through, go through whatever you need to do. But circle
You have
back.
to look at me like that.
I got a question.
I want to include you. I want to just include.
Right. I heard this, that when men are dating women and they're trying to pursue a woman, right? Back in the day, we used to. Well, we had to. It was chivalrous that you had to go to the woman's house to go pick her up.
Oh, I miss those days.
But now you ask a woman and be like, okay, well, can I come pick you up? The first thing she's going to say is what?
No.
Why is that?
Because
That's weird, right?
it wouldn't be safe. But because I'm old school and I do like getting picked up, miss those days. Coming and picking somebody up from their house could be dangerous.
Yeah, but it was dangerous back then too.
It probably was.
Right.
But we were so young and naive. And we were younger. Okay, think about it. We were in our 20s then. So we didn't have the mentality of a serial killer. Now, 20 years later, you have some people. You have some people. You can't. You may not want them at your house because they could have psychotic tendencies. You don't want to be with me?
But that's anybody though. That's male or female though. Especially,
Yes, male or female.
Yeah. But that's go ahead, Ron. I know you got something to say.
I love you to death, but man, I've met more female serial killers than I have male.
No, I would agree.
I'm telling you.
I would agree.
Men do
you
not
don't want them
mind a
coming to your
female.
house?
I don't care about anybody coming to my house.
So on the first date, you're going to bring her back to your home?
Depends on how great the date
Yeah, I'm
was.
telling you, the date
Did
list.
she order lobster?
right.
I'm joking.
Right.
Oh my!
And that's another thing. And that's a whole.
We gotta circle back to that. We gotta circle back to that.
Because if she ordered that high ass
Hold on,
sea
come
bass
back
and
to
shit,
it. Come back to it.
Hey, shout out to my boy Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp said he went out on a date, and the girl said, "I'm trying to figure out what goes with
this
lobster."
What?
And Shannon Sharp said condoms. Because if you order that lobster, you get
Yeah, that's crazy. You saying
I
Cheesecake
completely
Factory?
disagree with
So
that.
you saying Cheesecake Factory is awesome for a first date?
I think Waffle House is great for a first date.
Wait,
y'all talking about the Sierra Prayer? That dude shut down Waffle House.
Oh
and was
my
like,
God, he
let's
sure
go.
did.
Come on.
He absolutely did.
Let's go. So
you know what? Back in the day, a guy took me to the Cheesecake Factory, and I remember his friends gave him so much grief about taking a girl on a first date to the Cheesecake Factory because it was so expensive.
Absolutely.
This is in my 20s.
Yeah.
And the Cheesecake Factory still goes hard to me. I didn't understand that list, and I thought that list was made up to just be messy. I don't believe it.
Well,
Every woman that I talked to that saw the list was like, nobody believes this list is real. We would go to all. There's like maybe half of those places on there that I would go
So
to.
I'm asking you.
a sporting event? That's why I didn't understand. I was like, that
A
sounds
sporting
dope.
event is amazing,
Yes.
especially courtside.
See what I'm saying?
I mean, it's Lisa we
see-
talking about.
You see how you fucked that up? This whole time we was good. You was.
This is Lisa.
I was rocking with you for a minute.
Okay, what about
And
club
then-
seats? Club seats?
And then you went ahead and just said
But-
floor
Club
seats.
Club
But
seats.
we mentioned that earlier. We talked about that dating in different places than dating in Houston, because dating in Houston is a whole nother dynamic.
100%.
When people come here, they expect certain things, and some women expect certain things. So floor seats, it might be their normal.
I was just kidding about the floor seats. Like, we'll get to the floor seats eventually. But
But you'll go to club though.
no, I'm not going to the club on a first
Not the
date.
club seats.
Yeah, but I was kidding about that
Okay.
too. But what I want to say is, because I am from Houston,
Yeah.
I've gone on dates where we've been to a hole in a wall. Now, this guy isn't a hole in the wall guy, but the food is great, or the environment is great, the energy is good, like just to fill you out. This is Houston. You're gonna have to be Southern. You're gonna have to be a Southern woman. You're gonna have to be a little bougie. You're gonna have to be a little
you
hood.
really?
That's what I want to get back to. I think so much of what we have going on right now in society has been built around what can you do for me and optics.
Yes.
I was I was having this conversation earlier. I was like, when I go out to eat with someone and we go to a restaurant, you know who eats first? Instagram. Instagram.
Ooh,
That's
that's-
so
We're gonna take
true.
we're gonna take a
Oh my
video.
gosh.
Ooh.
Instagram eats first every
I like that.
meal.
Wow.
And after Instagram eats, then we have to, partake of you making sure that you get what you need for your content.
Right.
But at no point in any of that would there ever be a picture of my finger, hand, face. I don't get show my credit card at the end. It's impressive.
But that's real though. I never think about that. That's real.
Yeah,
It's a real thing.
Instagram does and can.
That's sad.
First.
That
Always.
is sad.
I remember I dated a girl not too long ago, and she would take pictures of our drinks. And she would say, this guy texted me. It was like, who you out with? And da-da-da. And I was like, okay.
And she took pictures of the drinks.
Of the drinks, right. And she was like, he could tell that it was a guy's drink. And I'm like, so is it a tool to, further your agenda of whatever you have going on amongst your
I like that word.
constituents, or are you trying to really?
It is a tool. It is a tool.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay,
But I'm
that's
trying to
fair.
figure out why.
Yeah.
Why do people do that? Like, I don't understand. I understand, like Ron said, the agenda. That's a good term to use. Why do people do that? Like, if I'm supposed to be here in the moment with you, I took you to cheesecake on the first date, right? Because I want to spend time with you. I don't want to take pictures of the food.
Yeah.
I want to share the moment with you because it's all about the moment, right? The intention,
Yeah.
right? But I think a lot of people out here are not intentional. They're just doing it. They just fly by night and then go back to that mental health thing. A lot of people not aware because I think a lot of people don't have self-awareness.
I'm gonna tell you this. I have been blessed, and I am not. I tell everybody I'm a strong 5, right?
Strong 5.
I'm a strong 5. Let me get you there. I'm a
Okay.
strong 5.
Okay.
All right. I make a good living for myself. That makes me a 6.
Okay.
I got a great personality. I'm a 7.
Okay, you going? You
So
building?
I'm a
this is
7.
out of
This
a
is
10.
this is out of 10.
Okay.
I'm a strong 7
Okay.
with the additives, right? Like, but on paper, if you just saw me on the street, you'd be like,
Joe
I
Blow.
may or may not talk to you. Like, that's just my experience, right? And so, with that being the case, I realized that when I interact with people, it's so important that I have some form of a connection. And I've been so blessed to meet some of the most amazing looking women in the world. And I will tell you, I want to make sure I say this in the camera. Houston, Texas
That's a beautiful woman.
has the most beautiful women that I've ever seen in any state in the U.S. So
But what does that mean, though?
it means a lot because
Okay.
I'm getting somewhere.
Okay, go ahead.
May I ask?
Sure.
Are they approaching you or are you approaching them?
I'm gonna shoot my shot. Like,
Okay. So
you know,
what is I don't understand that statement.
and I'm telling you across the board from the women that I've talked to,
Mm-hmm.
they will tell me, well, a lot of guys don't try to shoot their shot. Like a lot of
Okay.
guys will just
They're
be like,
intimidated.
yeah, they'll go in their DM. DM is that's easy. Right?
Yeah.
Like, so the other part of that though is what I found is that a lot of beautiful women, because a lot of men don't necessarily come up to them the way that you would expect, tend to have some esteem issues. And because of that, they have a lot of insecurities, which is always really weird to me because there will be women that I think are drop dead gorgeous, and they will tell me something that is so insignificant. Oh, I hate this about me.
Like what?
I had a female tell me, oh,
A female.
huh?
A woman?
A woman.
What did I say?
You said a female.
Female?
She's just gaslighting you right now.
No, I'm not.
What's the difference?
Go ahead.
No, seriously, educate me. Did I do something wrong?
I think a female, well, I mean, I've just been hearing in the streets that
Sure.
you should be careful of a man who talks about women as a female. You should talk about a woman as a woman.
What's the
Really?
difference?
What's the
I'm just curious.
In 2023, women are now, we have to be specific about who we are. And we have
Intentional with the words.
transgenders and so we're women.
So if
We're not a
if somebody
female.
says a female, that means that maybe they can be transgender.
No, that just means that who we are is being watered down, and we want to be recognized as
too?
women.
Women.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
You're saying
fair.
being
Then
intentional
I
with
Not
the
our
words.
sex or gender.
Yeah.
I
Who we
didn't
are.
know that. I've never heard that before, so I apologize.
All this is new to me too, Ron.
Yeah. So I met a woman.
Appreciate that, Lisa.
No, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Now, ask
Now,
that question.
now I feel like I will never come.
You just need to. Hey,
Females be tripping. I'm
you
like,
just
I
need
don't
another
want to say
shot.
that no more.
You just need another shot. That's all it is. Look, let's do shots you don't mind, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you, brother. So look, I want to ask that question because that's my first time hearing that too.
Yeah.
So female versus a woman.
Yeah.
Right. So to you, since you're a woman, since you're a female, I don't know. Like, what do I say?
I don't want us to get in our heads about it, but I mean, it's just that it could be culture gaslighting all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, what's wrong with calling a woman a female? But I've just been told, like, be careful for men who call women female. And I know Ron doesn't fit into whatever that bubble of stereotype is.
Right.
I know Ron's a good guy, so I just slid woman in there to fix that.
I use the term gaslighting because in this culture, in our culture, everybody gaslights everybody, right? But we don't even know what's going on.
Can you explain what gaslighting
is intentional.
You think so?
Can you explain what that means?
If you're gaslighting someone, it is intentional. It's not inadvertently that you're doing it. Like, people who gaslight you are lying to you and manipulating to you, wanting you to think something is happening that isn't. That's intentional. Now, we may accidentally...
What's the purpose? For what reason?
To manipulate you. They're gaslighting you to manipulate you, to coerce you into their perspective, but...
And make you do what they want what they want you to do. Right.
A manipulation of some type of way.
Right. But we're in this culture, especially in Houston, man. I'm saying that because we live here. I done seen so many situations. You hear it on podcasts. You hear it on TV. You hear it with the Jada and Will situation, what we're going to get to later on.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? But it's so much gaslighting going on in this culture. I'm like, where did this come from? Has this always been here? Or is this just something that people are using to their benefit to get what they want?
There's a third additional person in our relationships, which Ron mentioned, which is Instagram. It's social media.
Yeah. So,
hold on. So, yes, Instagram has. So I did a research. I just got back from Chicago. So we just got finished with a research study in Chicago surrounding around healthcare. And one of the biggest issues that we have in healthcare right now is mental health, right? And a lot of people are really trying to figure out what the trigger is, where the source, where it started. And so we can root cause and figure out how to address it systemically, right? Mm-hmm. And so one of the areas that we talked about was the amount of young girls who are now experiencing high traumas based on depression. Mm-hmm. Okay. And they saw an amazing spike in 2012.
Because I remember when the gates opened.
Well, I thought it was Facebook because Instagram came
later.
Facebook bought Instagram in 2012.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, but Instagram was just pictures.
They created the algorithm in 2012, and so
there's a lot of comparison now.
The body became a priority in 2012. And so now when young women went on Instagram, the first thing that they saw was somebody that didn't look like who they were. And so now you have all these women who don't have bodies like Elle, and they are like on a whole, and they're like, how do I? No, I'm being serious. So, no, in my personal opinion, I think people are trying to mimic the body of a black woman.
I just want to say for the record, because of social media, I've been harassed about my natural body. I've been harassed because people compare it and they're like, okay, well, you're supposed to look like this if you have this, if you have this. And so it's not just like,
harassed?
I have been bullied. I'm going to use that word, okay? Yeah. I have been bullied.
They booty bullies?
They booty bullied. No, but it's by other women, though. Okay. It's like, I didn't have plastic surgery on my butt. I didn't have plastic surgery on my butt either. My butt doesn't look like her butt or this butt, but everybody's shape is different. You can't look online and compare, and that's what's happening.
And there are beautiful women all over.
I've never seen Elle before like that. I never looked at her like that.
In
like that way, like booty bullies. I never looked at her like that.
A booty bully? I'm not sure where we're going with this because I don't give a shit what you're talking about right now. But for you to say you ain't never looked at her ass is a fucking lie. So I will say this right now, like yes. So I met her and it said no butt, and I was like, that's a farce. And so I was like, okay.
Sure.
So I'm not really sure what you're talking about right now, and I don't appreciate it. If you're gonna bring me on here and gaslight me,
the lie.
Is this what gaslighting is?
Yeah.
Got it now. Okay,
right.
Cool.
Right.
Okay.
I agree with that 100%. A lot of people call them trophies, right?
Oof.
But the thing is, Now, I'm not saying everybody wants a trophy, but it depends, and that's subjective. What a trophy is.
It's definitely.
You know, it's subjective, but
Yeah.
I know a lot of men.
That's a damn lie.
It's
That's
subjective.
a damn lie. No,
A
it
trophy
ain't.
is subjective.
A bad chick is a bad chick. I don't give a
That's
fuck who
true.
it is.
Yeah, you're right.
A
You're
bad
right.
chick is a bad chick.
For the
bro.
camera, man. You don't gotta say it for the camera.
No, sir. Let me tell you something. Is it this one right here?
This right here.
Hey,
Remember
a
back in
bad
the
chick
day,
is a bad
Puffy
chick. You
had
understand
a
what I'm
line
saying?
in a song. He said, 5 + 5, who drive millenniums? It's all relative, though. I mean,
Yeah.
back in the day, if you drove a millennium, they don't even make millenniums
You know
anymore.
what though? Snoop also said, every other city we go, every other video,
Right.
no matter where I go, I see the same one. Because
That's right.
everybody has a certain type that they like.
Okay.
And there is a
All right.
collective to that type.
Okay.
That's why
That's
a
fair.
video vixen is a video vixen, is because she is attractive across platforms. So I
Right.
do think that there's a such thing as a baddie.
So what?
Vixen 20 years ago.
Oh, okay. I thought
That was you in the tip drill? I knew I saw them cheeks before. You was getting the,
the
little
credit
credit
card.
card.
That's it. The credit card. That's it.
No,
right
I'm
there.
from Houston. Scarface. Scarface.
But no, look. The question I got is, if everybody looks alike, what's really attractive?
Yeah, that's the problem nowadays. Everyone has copied my body. When I was in the 20s,
My
when I
body.
was
This
in
one
my,
Not my body.
when I was in my
I know
20s,
the
guys
devil is
would walk
alive.
up to me and say, like, when God made you, he broke the mold.
Oh.
They cannot say that anymore.
I see.
Yeah,
All right, I got you.
And
Okay.
when I started to go outside, I would see girls that looked like me. And I would be like, "Oh my God! Like, what tribe are you from?" They'd be like, "My doctor is so and so." It took a while for me to realize more and more that people were getting my shape because I got made fun of so much for this shape. It's a mind.
Well, you blessed. That's all. You blessed.
I am blessed, but it is crazy now that my shape is everywhere.
So, look, you know what I want to do? I want to segue this conversation because
Okay.
you know what? I just thought about something,
What?
and I know both of you guys have experienced this, or y'all had this type of walk, divorce,
Yes, for a long time too.
Yeah.
We were out the
Divorce.
game for a while.
right?
Yeah.
So, me and Ron was talking about this earlier. It's not a space for people that's divorced to get back out in these streets.
Right, that's why I wanted to talk today. I want
Yeah.
y'all to give me the game.
Well, you got to give it to us from the woman's standpoint, and Ron is going to
Me
give
and
it
Ron
to
are
you.
gonna compare notes.
You
know what I'm
gotta
saying?
you gotta give a nigga a pass that's a year within.
So, what does as two individuals that was married for numerous years and had successful marriages and decided to break it off with the loved ones, had kids and everything, how does a person reiterate, or how they say it? How do they
Reinsert themselves into the environment,
into
to
society,
society and everything
to
else.
become
Yeah.
date again? How do they do that as a man? We gonna speak. You're gonna speak for the men,
Okay.
Ron, and Elle. You're gonna speak for the women. That's fair.
Man, I'm gonna get really deep on y'all for
Okay.
like 2 seconds.
Don't-
and
don't
I
drown me.
apologize.
Don't drown me. Don't
no,
drown
I'm gonna apologize initially.
Go deep.
I think.
Oh shit.
I think the pause. And so one of the hardest things for me when I initially got divorced is that, and I told my boys this. This is a true story. Is that nobody checked on me to make sure that I was in a good space. When I decided that I wanted a divorce, and I moved into an apartment, and everybody went to her aid. Even though they knew that we had a very tumultuous relationship, it was still, everybody went to her aid, and nobody came to check on me because everybody assumes that the man is okay, which is why I've become such an advocate for men that get divorced. The first thing I want, and one of my buddies got divorced maybe 3 months after me, and I was guiding him through the steps to help him cope with change. I went from a house, I have 3 kids, wonderful kids, and my house was Disneyland. I mean, my kids are popular. All the kids came to my house. My house was a zoo 24/7. We bought snacks for the neighborhood, not for our kids.
Gotcha.
And so being in a place where you have all of these people coming to your house to go into a 2-bedroom apartment and total silence is a heart wrencher. And so for me specifically, when I moved into that apartment, I was super sad, bro. Like, And so what happens a lot of times, and this is why men get in a series of unsuccessful relationships right after marriage, is because you're trying to fill a void that you can't really fill without help. And so I didn't go get help because I didn't really know that that's what I needed at the time, and nobody was able to educate me on that.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I found refuge in meeting people, and so I stayed out. I kept my ass outside 24/7 because I just wanted to not think about going back to my apartment and silence.
I got you. So the noise was the distraction.
The noise was the distraction.
Yeah, I got you.
And then you start to really focus your attention on that. And then you meet people that maybe are not the best for you, you know, and you still want to be around them because they provide an excitement for you and a distraction from what you're really dealing with.
Wow, that's good. That's good. That's deep. That's real. That's real.
And so for a lot of men that transition into this, you find yourself in some weird situations. I mean, I could tell y'all some crazy ass stories about dating in my early, divorce years that would shock you. And
like what?
Let me see. What's the craziest story? I'm going to tell a story that I said I would never tell publicly.
Let's do it. We want to culturally distinct. That's what we do. Exclusives. You know what I'm saying?
Exclusive.
Right. And to this person, if they ever see this, they're going to know exactly who they are.
Well, good for them.
And I apologize ahead of time. So
you can say names if you want.
I'm not saying your name. So I met a female through a mutual friend. One of my homeboys. It was his homegirl, and I just happened to see him out. They were smoking hookah. I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" Da, da, da. We talked. She was like, "Hey, my girl's showing up." Da, da, da. So we wind up meeting her homegirl. Me and her homegirl hit it off. Man, it was like clockwork. It was like, man, she's really cool. We're maybe a month and a half into the game, and she asked me if I had Instagram. She was like, yeah. I said, yeah. And she says, okay, well, I give it to her. And she's like, oh, just throw out a name, Jason. And I was like, oh, yeah, Jason, that's my partner. That's from college. Like I've been knowing Jason forever. Like, that's my boy. Every time I go, to his city, I go and hang out with him. 2 weeks later, I know I'm going to that city. So I said, hey, I'm going to see Jason in the city. I want to tell him that I know you. And she was like, no, don't do that. I was like, yeah, I really want to talk about it. I was like, nah, we're going to talk about it. Let's did y'all date? She was like, ill, gross. I would never date him.
Oh my God.
So I was like, so how do you know him? And she goes, Jason is my dad.
Oh my God. What?
Damn, how young was she?
What?
She was 28 at the time.
Okay.
So I said, no, Jason is not your dad because I know Jason's kids. He has 4 of them. And you are not one of them. And she's like, no, he had me when he was 13, and he's my dad.
Wow.
And I know who he is. He knows who I am. We don't have a relationship.
Okay.
But that's my dad.
Wow.
And I was like, huh. And, fast forward.
And you continue the relationship. You still
No, I ghosted her. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh my! For that, you ghosted her?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Because you and that guy were that cool?
It was somebody that I really care about.
So
Okay.
you smashing your boy daughter.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
That is disgusting.
Did you ever tell him?
He knows now.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hey, bro, I know you in the MMA and all that, man. We ain't even got to go there with all that.
You know what? Age is important.
I'm telling you
though,
right now.
Because I have a grown son, and so I don't know why guys think that I'm younger than I am, but when I meet guys in the grocery store and they approach me, and I mean, it's like looking at my son. Like, it's too young.
Actually, I think the lowest that I will go is 10 years from me, so 35.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that ain't bad. It's not bad.
Yeah. So for me, I think like 35 on up, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But you got to have something going for yourself. I'm not into.
What you mean by that?
Bro, I know my worth. I'm Kevin Samuels.
Oh my God.
What is it called? High
high value man.
There you go.
I am so tired of these high value men.
But
that's
a real thing,
Kevin
though.
Samuels.
That's a real thing. You know why?
I hate coming outside. I got to deal with this.
No,
so I got to deal with high value. So,
yes.
Oh my God.
Because
I don't
you know
even
why?
listen to Kevin Samuels because I don't want to know about these stereotypes I got to be aware of.
No, I think, you know why I think it's important? Because he made mention to it because a lot of men didn't know their value or their worth.
I was just going to say that.
Right? Women always knew their value and their worth because what their parents told them or what the man that they had on their life. Girl, you worth this. Nobody ever tells a man that. You're worth this, you're worth that.
I grew up with homeboys that were my Kevin Samuels that would like talk to me. So Kevin Samuels in my head is like a lot of the guys I knew in college. When I listen to men talk about their value and how much they love and enjoy Kevin Samuels, I immediately think, and I could be wrong, but I always think that they didn't grow up with fathers. Like, to not know this as a man, you need to be aware of, and you need to seek after this kind of woman, and this is what you bring to the table, and this is what you want to look for. When I hear men so avidly promoting him, it does make me kind of concerned. That's why I don't even want to hear about what he's telling y'all.
How does a woman that had everything in a marriage, monetarily, he gave you everything. He gave you cars. First time I met Lisa, she had a Rolls Royce. A Ghost, right?
So Drake had it too.
So you had all these things, and then you divorced. So how does a person acclimate themselves back into society?
So I took like the first 9 months to just mourn that relationship. I needed to just purge it out of my system. I wanted to be sure, because a woman knows, or anybody, a good person in a relationship knows, they're going to try and come back. So you have to be prepared for that so that you're for sure in your answer and you're going to stand firm in that. I needed to just mourn that message and get that out of my system and tell myself this is what it is. Mm-hmm. Then I ran into like a guy that I dated in college, and then I had a 3-year whole relationship with him. So I was back in another relationship. So now I know to myself, I like to be in relationships. This is something that I like about myself. So if you're single, you can't go from one relationship to another. Like, granted, I had some time to myself, but I really wanted to be single.
Okay.
So when I came outside in 2021, single, officially divorced.
Question for both of you guys, and I know we could talk about this all day, all night. What advice would you guys give yourself, looking back on what you went through? What advice would you give yourself now, the married you? What advice would you give you?
The married part, the before the divorce or after the divorce, that person, or the before the divorce?
Before the divorce. What would
before I got married?
Yeah.
What would
This Ron, what would you tell that married Ron?
At what point in the marriage? Coming out or going in?
Just in general.
Give yourself some grace, man. Like, you're going to be okay. Mm-hmm. Life is going to life. People are going to leave you that you didn't expect to leave this earth. And it's okay. And just because you're sad doesn't mean that you need to act out. There are systems, tools, and things and people that are there to help you navigate through that uncertainty.
Okay.
That's what I would tell a young Ron.
Right. Yes.
And so
that's accountability.
Okay.
I like that. That's accountability.
Beautiful.
I like that.
Yeah, there's something women know nothing about. But
hold on a second.
What? Shifting gears.
Hello.
We're shifting gears about accountability.
No. I won't do it. But yes, women do have a problem with accountability.
No, we do not.
Really? So L, this is a real question.
What would I say to myself?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I would say,
I like that.
I would say, you are a human being, so be. Like, just experience life. I had a great marriage, and it was great for as long as it was great. And now I'm in the next chapter of my life, and I'm not upset with him. I know it's hurtful to go through a divorce, and our divorce was relatively, it had to be done. And so I feel like if me and him can maintain some type of relationship and be copacetic, that's an accomplishment for me. I want my family to get along. You're not with someone for 20 something years and then you just don't love them anymore, don't care about them. But, if I'm going in one direction and you're going in another, we can't force it. And it's okay to say goodbye. I was married a long time. So I would just say, just enjoy life. Just take it one day at a time.
Okay, so now.
Yeah.
I got this is my last question. For the last question, and I'm glad you guys, first of all, I appreciate you guys coming on the show. Right, especially you guys opening up and coming to the show and we having drinks and we sharing. I call this a community. My podcast is a community. It's not just a podcast; it's a community. People come in and just relax themselves and have a couple of drinks, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, but my question that I have for you guys, my last question for this evening, what are some things that you hold yourself accountable now that you did before?
Okay, I'll start. Since women don't hold themselves accountable.
Talk about it.
I apologize. Ooh. Sometimes Beyonce has a song that says, "I'm a train wreck in the morning and I can be really cruel towards you." Mm-hmm. Sometimes, women are emotional. I don't consider myself to be a very emotional woman, which is probably also a flaw of mine. I apologize for that too. But I'm not crazy emotional, but I know that there are times when just something doesn't sit right with me and I may take it out on him. And me taking it out is, I'm not going to fuss and fight with you. I'm just not going to talk to you. I'm just going to go silent for a little while.
Okay.
And I know that can be confusing because he can't read my mind. He doesn't understand why I'm upset. I'm sitting there not talking, playing on my phone. And so once he says, like, "Lisa, I don't like it if you act this way or if you do this," then I'll say, like, I'll take a step back and look at it and say, that doesn't make any sense from his perspective. Like, I look crazy right now. And then I will say, like, "I'm so sorry that I did that. I'm sorry. And can we just, like, kiss and make up?" I mean, like, I don't know.
I'll tell you this, man. For me, accountability, what would I take accountability for is the decisions that I made. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but, man, I appreciate that people have loved me in spite of myself. People have accepted me in spite of myself. And no matter what, they've always had my back. Mm-hmm. And, I will never, ever in my life discount that. And there are certain people in this world, and my ex-wife is included in that I will always make sure is straight from a financial, emotional, whatever perspective. Just because, not because of anything else, but because they held me down at a moment that I wasn't able to hold my own self down.
Right.
I just want to jump in here really quick.
Go ahead.
Because, Adam, you were on my podcast.
I was.
And you said something very similar to what Ron just said. Like, you said, even if me and my wife were not together, I would always take care of her. I would always support her. Mm-hmm. And you kind of,
I said the same thing.
Yeah, you guys are saying, like, I'm going to always take care of her. I'm going to support her because you held me down. In your heart, do you feel like...
You want me to answer this question?
Yeah, because you can.
Let me.
You're married.
I can answer this question. Let me tell you this. Elle, I just want to let you know, your boy is popping.
Is the door closed in that situation?
That's closed.
Okay.
Your boy is popping.
Because that makes me nervous if I heard a guy say that.
No. I'm going to tell you
Not
right now.
Not that I don't want you to love and
closed.
support your previous...
I
would hate for you to have hatred towards her.
So if I'm understanding your question, I think it's more from me.
Men out are like they were husbands. They were trained really well.
Shut the front door.
Trained. The words
I don't know who trained you. I'm not saying the woman trained you. Maybe your mom. Maybe your mom helped. Maybe your mom helped formulate these ideas. Maybe your dad helped.
Everybody.
So watch this. Oh my God. So listen. You use the word train.
Okay, train maybe not the best word.
Can I use the word that's going to be a trigger for you?
What?
Submit.
No, I submitted to my husband.
Oh, okay.
Happily.
Okay.
He paid all the bills. I have no problem submitting to that man.
That's a trigger for a lot of women.
It's not a trigger for me at all.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes.
Let's do what you told.
Okay. Ooh.
Now, hold on a second. I'm not your slave, sir. Unshackle me right now.
Just do what you're told.
No, not do what you told.
I think it's sexy.
A marriage is
I need a little baby that's gonna listen.
I'm gonna listen, but I'm not gonna do as I'm told. Because now I'm not a child, and you're not gonna bark orders at me. You're with me because I am your counterpart. I am your partner. Not to tell me what to do.
I'm absolutely kidding. I absolutely want a counterpart. I absolutely want somebody who can stand their own.
Yes.
I'm going to be totally honest with y'all, and my boys are going to love this when I say this. I like you with a little bit of crazy. I want to know that maybe you will cut my motherfucking
like
ass.
maybe 1% crazy.
I don't need any other thing.
A little crazy.
Just a tad.
According to your crazy, your level of crazy.
Oh, no. I guess my level of crazy.
I like a little level of crazy.
Yeah, a little level.
One time I was arguing with this guy, and he showed up at the door because I wouldn't answer the phone, and I was like, "Oh, you kind of crazy."
And you like that turns you on, right?
Yeah, we made up. It was cute.
Y'all made up.
Yeah, we made up. He showed up. He kind of fought for me a little bit.
Was it good?
I mean, like we hugged, like we made up, like we fixed the argument.
That's boring.
I don't know. This is a podcast. I mean, come on,
guys. Look, y'all see what we doing. Look, we about to go ahead and finish this podcast off, and we're gonna drink a little bit. I gotta end the show, guys.
No, it's a part 2. Your wife submit to you. Is that what you called it?
I mean,
yes.
My ex-wife was a thug, man. Like she necessarily, like. She would follow the lead.
Okay, so you were the head of your home.
I mean, my home wasn't be like, hell no. I can see them under this damn thing.
That's what I'm interested in hearing. Because husbands know happy wife. That's what they say. Happy wife, happy life.
I just don't. I think it's a balance in it all.
It is
right?
a balance.
Like, you're trying to say, okay, my wife submits to me or whatever it may be. You may feel that way, but essentially, what I've found is that women do such a great job of making a man feel like he's important and that he's in charge.
And we don't want to be with a guy that we can boss around.
Well, you can never boss me around, right? But like one of the things that I do know is that you can absolutely make me feel like I'm in charge, and I have nothing to do with being in charge at all.
Yeah, men love that. I think men love being bossed around.
There's nothing sexier than a
At
woman.
times.
Yeah, no,
There's
I think
nothing
all
sexier
men
than
like
a woman
that.
that knows
All the
what she
time?
wants.
Yeah, men like taking orders.
Really? Oh, okay. I'm gonna take notes.
But
Every time.
I think men.
Really?
I think men like taking orders from women that
What?
are handling their business though.
Oh, okay.
You just can't be any person. You got to be somebody that's doing something. You have your duties at home that you take pridefully. You're taking care of the home. You're taking care of the kids. You're doing what you need to do. So they're like, okay, she's handling her business. So I do this.
So you guys like for us to be assertive?
Yeah, that's a good word.
Okay.
You can
So
use that
what's
word.
an example of that?
So kind of like what I said. So for instance, we have roles in relationships, right?
Yes.
Roles in marriages. So if she's handling her business, if she's say washing the clothes, washing dishes, and cooking, right? Something simple. And she's doing that consistently. And she's doing that because she wants to do that.
Right.
So as a man that could see, they'd be like, okay, she's handling her business in her part, right? So if she tells me something to do something, I'm
Wait,
like,
hold on. Washing the dishes and doing the laundry is her part?
no, I'm just saying, that's what
Okay.
y'all agree that
Okay.
y'all roles are.
In your home. Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
But if she's doing that and she asks me to do something, I'm like, oh, yeah, why not?
If she asks you to do what?
Just anything. Like if I say,
Like, let's go to the movies tonight at
okay,
9.
let's do it. Because I
Okay.
see you handling your business over there.
Okay.
So if you're handling your business over there, I'm going to handle my business over here.
Okay, that's so easy.
But it's simple. But, I think relationships are easy.
I feel like relationships are easy. I get so upset with everyone making it so complicated.
Yeah.
Just take your time and pick out the right person, and it'll
Well,
be
that term right there, no such thing as the right person.
right. But that's what I'm saying. Take your time and pick out the right person for you.
Yes, yes.
Because
Or Miss Right Now.
no. Because we were saying how relationships relatively are easy if you pick out the right person for you. If you pick out a person that isn't a good match for you, it's going to be difficult. You just don't get along. You don't have the chemistry. You're always fighting and arguing.
Elle, do you want to get remarried?
Eventually, yes.
You do want to be married, like
I've
physically?
decided that I
So
do.
you do? Oh,
but when I
wow.
started dating and I went back outside,
To your ex-husband.
not to my ex-husband.
Oh, okay, I'm just
That's
saying.
done.
Okay. Saying all the things that, she's not going to do, but I think that's a decoy or a deflection because she wants to be married.
No, I did say I will remarry. I will.
And you'll be like a humble servant too.
I was a humble servant when I was a wife.
Ooh, hey guys, y'all better shoot y'all shot.
He was a great husband too, though. He wasn't like my ball and chain bossing me around.
Right.
He was a good. It was a fair, balanced marriage. Like Ron said, his marriage was.
That's awesome.
And like your marriages.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
Culturally distinct. Look, we good over here. We good over here. So guys, look, we got to get out of here, man. We got to get out of here. And look, I'm trying to get y'all information before we get out of here. So look, Lisa, Elle Moore, Lisa Moore, right? We got Ron Mack. So tell everybody who want to start. Tell everybody how can they find you, what you guys got going on. If you in the city, how can they find you, stuff like that.
So I guess I'll start first. You can find me at WHPH Mack on Instagram, and I will be in 2024 advocating for the divorcee father. I'll be doing a series of collectives, just bringing guys who either are recently divorced or going through divorce to help them cope with what they have going on in their life and provide them support to make sure that they get what they need during that transition. So look out for that. If you're a gentleman and you're going through it right now, feel free to drop in my DM. I'll be more than happy to talk to you and get you the assistance that you need absolutely free. So
dope. That's dope.
So I am In Their Closet podcast. You can find more conversations like this, including Ron, at In Their Closet on YouTube, Instagram, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
That's awesome. Hey man, look, I appreciate you guys for coming on, man. Y'all know what it is. Look, this conversation could go forever, but I'm glad you guys came on. One, I wanna thank you guys. Right?
You're welcome.
For your transparency, being open as a man about mental health.
Yes.
Right? And by you saying I'm sorry. Accountability.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It was an awesome podcast. Look, I think I'm gonna have a drink tonight after that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
because
my
the thing is, what's the most fulfilling thing for me was that in our community, therapy does work.
Yes.
Right? It does work, and a lot of people are doing it.
Yeah.
And because they are seeking that healing on that journey. So that's the beautiful thing. So if you guys are seeking that healing, make sure you hit Ron up. Guys, if you want to holler at Lisa Elle Moore, she's going to help you out. But Lisa's a good person, though. She talk a lot of trash on the camera, but she's a good person at heart. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the looks fool you. You know what I'm saying? She's an old country backwoods girl in Mississippi, so that's what she does.
Whole family fine.
Right. So guys, man, look, this is DJ KO. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We had a couple of drinks, man. So I appreciate you guys. I'm a little slurred. So, but before we get out of here, man, make sure that you guys hit up 605.
Scorpio season.
Beverage. It's October, right? Make sure you guys don't have no babies tonight.
This is Valentine's babies right now.
I know, right? You're right. He's right.
Yes.
Also, much love to Red Core Universe. Much love to y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for your partnerships. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. This is the Culturally Distinct Podcast. We're signing out. Anybody got a word for the day? If y'all don't, I got one. I got a word. I love you guys, and you can't do nothing about it.
Hey.
Peace out. I love you guys.